This is Jerome Corsi for TeaParty.org. In the Selma celebration of 50 years, the March on Selma, President Obama tried to draw an equivalence with the civil rights movement and the push for amnesty. And here he's saying the notion that some kid was brought here when he was 2 or 3 years old and might be deported at 20 or 25, even though he's grown up as an American, that's not who we are. Well, you know, President Obama goes on to say that's not true to the spirit of what the March in Selma was about. When you think about the principle that was upheld that day and the subsequent days at the Edmund Pettus Bridge, it was the promise of an inclusive America, promise of an America where everybody was equal under the law. The promise of Selma, the promise of the civil rights movement, was a promise that African Americans who were citizens are equal under the law. It wasn't a promise that illegal immigrants who are citizens are equal under the law or greater than U.S. citizens. But you know, that's essentially what Loretta Lynch, who is the Obama nominee to be Attorney General, told Congress in her confirmation hearing. She said everybody, including illegal immigrants, have a right to work in the United States. What right to work? They're illegal immigrants. They're non-citizens. Where does this right derive? As if they were protected under the law. Louis Gutierrez, one of the most radical congressmen, who was again also for Amnesty movement, said this is our Selma, and we will march. We will be arrested. We'll do anything to make sure our families are protected in this nation. That's not African Americans he's talking about. That's illegal immigrants. And again, the whole notion that we need the same rights for the illegal immigrants as we do for African Americans stretches this equivalence to say what, the country's just wide open, anybody who gets here shares the same rights as U.S. citizens, that citizenship really doesn't mean anything at all. I mean, this notion, when especially the Obama administration has been running a shadow government, a parallel work authorization system. The Washington-based Center for Immigration Studies showed that some 5.5 million illegal immigrants between 2009 and 2014 got new green cards, work permits, and of course those are the basic documents along with Social Security that get the right to vote and all the ability to draw social welfare payments, as we pointed out, payments that include earned income tax credits, getting income tax refunds when these illegal immigrants may not have even paid any tax at all. And it's at a time when unemployment in the United States is at record high. We've got about 100 million people out of the labor force. Many dropped out, millions, because there's no jobs to find. We're at a 37-year low in terms of the number of Americans who are dropped out of the labor force. We Tea Party loyalists remain the last line of defense for the Constitution. It's why I think my book on amnesty, this e-book, the plan Obama designed to break America's back, is again so important that you read. It shows you the plan that has been made to grant amnesty through executive action and explains how this is going to be beaten in the courts. We've already seen that the GOP, the rhinos, Republicans in name only like John Boehner, are capitulating to the Democrats. We expected that. I think if you read my book on amnesty, you're going to see I accurately predicted the District Court would give an injunction. I think that Obama's going to have a very hard time with this executive action when he did not actually sign the executive order, and when the Department of Homeland Security didn't file their memorandum on this extension of the DREAM Act to parents, giving an amnesty, wasn't filed in the Federal Register. I think technically it's going to be very hard for the Supreme Court ultimately to say to the Obama administration, this amnesty is going to go through. We've got to resist the amnesty. I want you to really take a serious look at this ebook, which I think can become a critical document in the fight to get the restoration of our immigration laws, the Constitution, and securing the border. We've got to continue faxing and doing fax blasts into Congress saying no to amnesty. Our voices have got to be heard. We've got to make it clear that Tea Party loyalists supporting the rule of law are in fact the last line of defense. And in 2014, in November, we held the line and we elected a GOP majority, including in the Senate. November 2016, we've got to remind all incumbents, Democrats and Republicans alike, that those who do not oppose Obama's amnesty, those who do not stand with us in securing the border, are going to be defeated. The GOP cannot win without Tea Party loyalists. It's an important message. And I want you to join me in understanding, in reading my ebook on amnesty, and fax blasting with us with teaparty.org to make sure our voices are heard in D.C. as we say loud and clearly no to amnesty. This is Jerome Corsi for teaparty.org. Thank you very much.